Hammond Report for Wednesday, July 21st, 2021. This is Jon Hammond, the organ player and accordionist. I'm back once again with my daily Hammond Report. Thank you very much, folks, for joining me once again for a few minutes of your day or night, whatever time it is, whenever you tune me in. For some more of my music and stories. Well, I hope everybody is having a great summer out there. It's one of those days when well-laid plans don't go exactly as planned. Had planned to be out on the dusty road today, but that changed this morning. But one guy who is out there on the road, I heard from this morning, very good to hear from our good friend Joe Lamond, who's sitting in here with us on the drums. And we're over in Frankfurt in the good old jazz killer. And we had a lot of fun there. Giovanni Toto Galino gave up the drums for Joe for this shuffle. It's called White Onions. That's Joe Berger taking one on the guitar for you, and one of his custom-built JJ guitars. Yeah, Joe. And Peter Kloman next to me over there on the tenor saxophone. It's been a while since I last saw Peter, and he's always got a new look. So it'll be great to be back on the bandstand with him again. He is a wonderful player and one of the most creative tenor saxophonist out on the scene today. Here he is, Peter Kloman. Yeah. Feels good. Yeah, and Eugen had just got some new Sennheiser mics on stage, and they sound nice. The old ones were up there for over 30 years, and still worked, but these ones are really sharp. That saxophone that Peter's playing is a very special balanced action Selmer. Looks like brand new. It's actually quite old. Very well cared for. With the good hands. Peter Kloman. K-L-O-H-M-A-N-N. Yeah, Peter. Take one on the organ for you. I want to say that I did have an actual gig yesterday, and it felt good. I had to keep the mask on, of course, for the whole thing, but it sure beats the alternative. And that reminds me to tell everybody out there, I hope you're staying safe, because this new Delta variant is really spreading fast, and it's concerning. I've been watching the news, and it's definitely something of concern, Hammond Report for Thursday, July 22nd of 2021. Happy birthday, George Clinton.
Well, okay, everybody.
In his honor,
lucky. I want to thank you.
Here is my
This is George
interview
Clinton,
with
P-Funk,
main man George in
Funkadelic,
Nashville.
and here we are in
Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee, Music City. And George, I just want to say real quick, first of all, thank you very much for doing this. And you've done so many things. You have so many musicians who are my favorite funky musicians come through your bands. And everybody loves playing with you. It's always a fantastic experience.
It's always been fun with a lot of folks up there making music. P-Funk, Parliament, Funkadelic, Bootsy. And then you get the Horny Horns, Fred Wesley, Maceo Parker. And
nothing but a
the
party.
Bootsy.
Right?
It ain't nothing but a party. Right, so when anybody see us, Miles used to say, when musicians see you, they're ready to party. Yeah. No matter what kind of music they play.
Well, I just want to say up front, big congratulations on the American Eagle Award, to add it to your archive of awards, including your 3 platinum albums and everything. So it's really great that you're here to accept it.
Big thank you to Dr. David Sanders
still
for
active,
bringing
you're out there
George
doing
here.
it, and I'm just happy to hear that too. Yeah, you got a tour here
For the
we just
National
getting
Music
started, man.
Council
That's beautiful.
You know, I'm supposed to be
Annual
retired at the end of this
American
year, but
Eagle
I feel like I'm
Awards.
just starting. I feel like I
Just
hear
about to go
Frankie
down
singing
after
Why Do
our
Fools Fall in Love.
interview.
Right.
That was the beginning of my career.
Well, going back to Frankie Lyman, I did want to ask you about when you were a staff writer in Motown, and how did you come up with Testify?
Oh, wow. That was one of those riffs, you know, you just like sitting around in the barber shop, 3-string guitar, string broke, little Billy bass, was strumming on it, and you fell into one of those pockets. I just want to testify. And we was trying to imitate Bob Dylan. We was laughing at how the Rolling Stones sounded like him, how the Four Tops sounded like him in different genres of music. And so we just did it. Friends, inquisitive friends are asking you why. Come over me. You know, Bernadette.
Yeah.
People are searching for the kind of love that we possess. For time, everybody was doing Bob Dylan at that time. So we just snuck a little, we bite off him a little bit and snuck it in there. Nobody didn't even notice it.
Well, a beautiful hook, you know, and it had so much relevance in it.
At that particular time.
And today.
You know, you're right. And that feeling has that cadence have like a march, a preaching tone. You know, I want to testify what your love has done for me.
Yeah.
Can be one-on-one or it could be universal. You know, and that's where we choose to pretty much take all our songs, you know, even though they sound one-on-one, but they were always pretty much, you know, shining. Everybody got a little light under the sun.
Well, I love that tune, and your rhythm sections, you always got the great drummers and bass players, and one of my friends, Rodney Skeet Curtis,
Oh my God.
was on your band for a long time.
I
Right?
was just looking at him on the internet just now. He said he's with Maceo, him and Greg Boyer. But Skeet,
Yeah, Greg Boyer.
Skeet,
Yeah.
Skeet was terrible from 15 years old.
One of my very favorite bass players.
Boy, and then Dennis Chamber
Dennis
was his partner. They both was like under 18 years old when we first got them.
Wow.
And they was both bad. I mean, they was out of this world before they even got with us.
Thank God Dennis is back in the saddle, you know.
He's back there,
Yeah.
He got
I ran into him in the airport, and he looked good, you know.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him back
Yeah.
there.
Well, sending prayers out to T.M. Stevens, you know.
Yeah, I heard so.
Yeah, but TM, he has the amazing energy. I don't know. I still have faith he'll get everything back together. You know.
Yeah, pray for him.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, George. So you've been traveling a lot, and you travel in a very special way because you, the original mothership traveler. Where's the mothership today?
The mothership is in the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C.
Wow, that's fantastic,
It's
man.
definitely one of the best exhibits there. The New African American Museum there in Washington, Smithsonian.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks good every time I go. Yeah,
Well,
beautiful.
I dug what you were doing with the Brian Rothschild and the John Lennon bus. So you had those young musicians, and you whipped them into shape real quick. You know,
Those were some nice sessions we did.
Really?
Well, you know, I did that to my band. I took all my grandkids and kids and put them in the band. And, you know, and we still got Blackbird and all of the musicians in there, but all the singers and things.
Wow.
The kids, like this, they give us a new energy.
That's beautiful. Well, I grew up in the Bay Area, so yeah, I was playing a little bit with Freddie Stone, who Sly's brother, and Willie Sparks, who was the original drummer of Larry Graham's Central Station. You know.
I know.
So have you been in touch with Sly at all lately?
2 months ago.
All right.
He's doing pretty good.
That's good. Finally, he's getting something, got a taste,
And not only that, he did some songs about 4 songs with me on the last Funkadelic album.
That's great.
Shake the Gate.
That's great
Yeah,
news.
check that out. He did really nice songs.
A big inspiration to me, because Sly started out on the radio,
Yeah, I know. Sid SID, WSID.
Right. And that's where I got all my music in the old days.
KSID,
AM radio.
KSAN.
Yeah, the underground. We had the underground FM stations, Big Daddy Tom Donahue in the Bay Area. But we had a KDIA
KDIA.
and K-Soul.
Bob Jones. Bob Jones at KDIA.
Right.
And K-Soul, that Sly was there.
Yeah, that's right. He was spinning records right there.
Then I was at K-Rock. What's the name? Dusty?
Yeah, Dusty
Street.
Yeah. And they don't call her Dusty Street for nothing.
Boy,
She's in Ohio now. I know Dusty because I knew Dusty when she was on the air.
I love her voice.
Yeah.
I did the first show with Tracy Allman.
Wow.
And Tracy used to do a skit of Dusty. The hard voice, the heavy voice, rock and roll, and she did it real good.
Yeah, beautiful, man. So, I always wondered how do you write your songs? Do you lay it down on keyboards?
Ad lib, acapella. Somebody on the keyboard got a groove going on, John, in that. Or sometimes I have a melody like Knee Deep. I just have the melody. I sung it acapella for years before I had somebody who write an arrangement to it.
I see.
Yeah. I'm from the old school where they can write arrangements.
Right.
If you just sing it on a cassette, they can write the arrangement, make the music, or they can give me a track and I can do it. Or I can, what they do now, they freestyle a lot of it, so I can do that just like thinking out loud.
So when you start publishing your music, do you go ASCAP or BMI or both?
What's the new one?
CSAC?
CSAC.
Oh, you're on CSAC. All right. Well, that's really great to know that, because there's a lot of songwriters out there, and people don't know, how to get their stuff all published and registered up.
What I did is CSAC.
Did you ever do any work with Bernard Purdy?
Yeah. When Purdy came home from the Army, when he first came home from the Army, he was the drummer for Joe Bett in the Brill Building.
Oh, yeah.
1962, 3, him and Richard T., all of them, they were the like Benny Benjamin and them were in Detroit. James Jamerson, like that rhythm section they had there. We had a rhythm section in New York. And Purdy, that's where he created his sign, Purdy at Work.
Ah, I heard so much about that,
He used to have that sign up in the session.
So you done did it. You hired the hit maker Bernard Purdy or something like that,
when
right?
he came home from the Army,
it got him a lot of gigs.
We all got jobs at Joe Bett. That's where he.
Joe Bett.
That's
right?
where he got. He was cutting the demos. Richard T. Yeah, all of them.
Oh,
Eric Gales. That was the crew. That was the.
James Jamerson.
James Jamerson, Benny,
and his son
Chris.
was a beautiful bass player too. You
Yeah.
know, I met him over in Germany when he was with the Crusaders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to keep you too long, George, but I could talk with you all night long, man. So we're going to put this out on cable TV and podcast it out and do all that stuff. And so, you have a beautiful experience presenting. There's nothing but music people here, Okay. So
Happy
thanks a
birthday
lot.
to
George
George
Clinton,
Clinton.
everybody. All right.
Bye-bye now. It's the Hammond Report.
Oh, very good. Well done. And all that stuff, you guys. The Smith Street Society
Right on.
of Elmsford,
This
New
is
York,
Jon Hammond in the
North,
studio with
Upper and
Jasper
Middle,
Collins.
covering the entire span.
It's the Hammond Report for
Boy,
Saturday,
I got a letter in the
July
mail this week.
24th
What a
of
guess.
2021.
I'll read it in a little while. The
Mail
mail
count.
count is up.
Mail count is up.
And Shutterboom is on his medal tonight, folks.
Thank you very much, folks,
Got a lot to look forward to.
for
Some
joining me
new
for some
releases,
more of
too.
my music and
And
stories.
as my special guest, although you may not hear him, my special guest is Jon Hammond, who is an organ player extraordinaire, and also a world traveler, a writer, a raconteur, and he's especially well versed in the art of mushroom cultivation. So that's good. The thing he's got with him tonight is a miniature camera that takes videotape, I think,
That's right, Hal.
and he's going to televise the Purple
It was a
Grotto
new
tonight.
thing back then. We're in the
Take
studio,
a close up of the calibrated candles. See
And
Dr.
I've been
Caligari, Dr.
many
Bugatti
places
come
with
in.
Jasbo.
I got my hat with me tonight,
Coast to
special
coast.
for this occasion. My red dwarf hat, which is just another way of getting pyramid power into your skull.
Pyramid Power.
That's what this is. You get an idea and it goes around and around and it keeps going forever almost.
The legendary voice
Very
on the
close to
radio.
perpetual motion. So if you hear any snapping around tonight, you know what's going on. I would like to open the program in honor of Jon Hammond. Okay, tell us about this. This is from his new tape called Late Rent
It was
Session.
released on cassette before the
isn't it?
CD.
Yeah, that's it, Al.
Here we go.
This is a tune that we wrote in the studio when the headphones were broken. It's entitled Headphone. And we got a special guest on here, one of my favorite drummers in the world, Mr. Bernard Pretty Purdy on the drums.
All right.
All right.
Jasper Collins giving my music a spin on 91.1 FM KCSM on the campus of the College of San Mateo,
A lot
California.
of pecking going on there.
Oh, yeah. See that microphone Jasper's talking on? That's a Sennheiser MD421.
That's Jon Hammond, man. That's his group.
Thank you. I hope everybody's doing okay out there. Good time to kick back and stay inside, folks. I was on the Dusty Trail yesterday. Southbound, hammer down. It's at 106 degrees outside temperature in the car. Dashboard. I pulled into Harris Ranch for my vegetarian black bean chili and a coleslaw, just like the way I like it. Saw some interesting sights along the way. Some cactus or cacti, old ones. People carved their names in them. I don't know how long cactus lives. Looks like a long time. Sadly, my Foster's Freeze was closed for a long time. Gotta keep those Foster freezers freezing, everybody. Especially nice in the hot summertime. Yeah, we recorded this track in 1989 after a hot summer. We went into Quad Studios in Times Square, New York. We co-produced these sessions with my good friend Joe Berger, who engineered and mastered it. And before we could get started recording, I had to super glue the key back on the Hammond B3. It hadn't been fired up in a long time.
That's a choice, man.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Jasper.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Al Jasper Collins is, look him up. Legend of the airwaves. He was a beautiful man. 2 ways you can spell Jasper. The easy way, Jazzbo, or the sophisticated way, Jazzbaux. We actually met in New York City when he was on WNEWAM. Powerful, clear station. And it was located right above the old Horn and Hearted, New York City, the Automat. Alex Foster, tenor saxophone there. Beautiful rhythm section. Chuggy Carter on percussion. Bernard Purdy. Barry Finnerty on guitar. And yours truly at the old Hammond B3. After the super glue dried, I wrote this tune. Served me well all over the world. Headphone. Play some organ here for you. Did anybody catch that moon last night? As I was pulling into LA, it was rising, crazy looking. Called the buck moon. Yeah. Bringing it down. And a lot of beautiful stories with Jasper. Too many to tell right now. Known and loved by everybody. Thanks a lot for giving me a big blast on the radio, Jasper. First time he broke me out was on 11:30 a.m. WNEW in New York, 4 o'clock in the morning. Could hear it all the way over in Europe, because 50,000 watts on the AM is like shortwave radio. Here we go.
Jon Hammond's group. And that one called Headphone. Headphone. Subtitle Connected to the Top. Alex Foster on there, and Bernard Pretty Purdy on drums, and Jon Hammond at the B3.
Jasper was the master broadcaster. Here we are at Horizons, otherwise known as the Trident in Sausalito, California. That's a peppy version of Headphone Live. I played Sundays there for a while. And one time on my birthday, some Buddhist monks came and sat by the bandstand. And I swear to God, when they got up, I noticed one of them had a bag that looked like mine, shouldered, and guess what? It was. Inside was my video camera, my keys, an irreplaceable microphone, and footage that was on the tape that I had just come back from living in Europe. And Sausalito police came, never got it back. We had some good gigs there. The Kingston Trio used to own it. All right, people. We'll take you home in my tune called Headphone. This is Jon Hammond, reminding you that I'm here for you every day with another Hammond Report. So have a beautiful weekend. Make sure and join me tomorrow for another Hammond Report. It's Funky James Preston on the drums. Greatly missed. Sons of Champion all the time. We'll take you home here. I just want to say one last thing before I get out of here. And that is, bye now.